It looks like a storm's about to pick up. Home. I'm home. Oh, he was going to come straight at me. He was coming straight at me. All right, here we go. We need to, I just want the hide and maybe about 2 pounds of meat. Well, howdy, y'all. Welcome on into the campfire. My name is Sir Cowpoke, and today we're on our final run in the Long Dark. We're our final run in the little easy learning playthrough that we've been going on today. Today is going to be a simple one. We're going to try to figure out the last few things we need to do, discovering all the final crafting things and understanding how to get vitamin C and all the other grand stuff while trying to do a little bit more exploration and see if we can locate some more regions. But before we actually get to the video, I do want to note that at the end of this video, we're going to be doing a full playthrough on the next ride at a much harder difficulty and actually turn on the scurvy and see if we can really survive in this game or not. I've been having an absolute blast. I hope y'all have been enjoying watching me trying to figure out this game. And then next off, you're going to be watching me actually struggle. So anyways, y'all, if you're new here, welcome for coming on back. You're not yet subscribed. Y'all know the drill. Don't forget to shoot that like and subscribe button down below so you can join the posse so we continue on growing. And don't forget to click that bell as well so you don't almost any more rides just like this one. Well, y'all, without further delay, let's get to riding. All right, let's drink our cup of coffee. And then we're going to take a torch and we're going to head on out.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, you're fine. We are mainly going to do a little bit of searching this area. Then we're going to head back to our main location. And get to working on at least on tending stuff. This will be our last ride. Like I think I said in the beginning, this will be our last ride on this easy mode. Well, I think I pretty much got a good grasp on how the game works. So the next one is going to be pretty interesting. But I want to check out a couple things while I'm here. Because I'm just curious. Take the opportunity to learn a couple more things. And maybe go look up north for a little bit. But I just want to travel around. Kind of get a bearing on the torches again. Because I remember last time I actually used the torch on the last one. And they did not last long. But that could have just been on that version. But this one is actually putting off some decent light, so that's good. Alright, so, like I said, there is a cave that way. It's about half to midnight, but we do have a nice clear sky. I want to make it up here. In this area up here, and check out a couple spots. Take a quick little gander around. I think it would be a good spot to do so. Because if you pull up the map, it's going to be up here. I think I saw from looking from the tower over there is a little town, and there's a moose. There's a moose over here. All right. I'm not going to worry about the moose. I can't carry anything from the moose, even if I wanted to. Up. I'm sorry. Okay, that one. Okay, a moose will square up against you. I mean, I guess that's somewhat true. They are pretty aggressive. Our torch is slowly going out. But yeah, okay, that's going to be good to know. Good to know in the future. All right, there looks like a big building there. I'm going to try to get to there while I can still somewhat see, and it gets too dark. Yeah, I want to get in there. See what that's all about. Made it over here. Just quick look around. Okay, rifle round's gonna be good. Normal book. I'll worry about getting the cars later. Right now, I just want to get in here. But I wanted to show y'all at least a little bit we can see here. Hopefully it turns to daytime when we get out of here. You can see a little bit. Looks like there's a bridge over that direction. But we're not gonna check that out. Ooh, can I even get in here? There's gas. Open hood. Well, can I get in here? And then exit through here. Well, there you go. Okay, there's a car battery. I know you can open up the hood. I need to check that for... Okay, I gotta remember that. We'll have to remember that.
Too heavy.
Let me get up in here. This place is kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. There's a lot of sounds up there. Okay, trail boots. Bandages, water. Flare, tan of tuna. Alright, let's get in here. Let's see what we have. This looks like the... Start with the lumber yard. There's a hoodie. There's some chips and all kinds of other maple stuff. Okay, here we go. We can read that for later. Finally found a book. Downstairs, another hoodies. Drinks. Nothing important there. Hopefully I don't fall through the ground. That would suck. Another book. Random book. Don't need it.
This'll come in handy.
Alright. Well, let's get down in there. It is getting... It's still only like midday. Alright. Well, I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. We found some crude leather. Have that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I can at least get this one going. So what I might do is break up some of these boxes. And let's read this one book. Knock it out the way. Make it daytime in here. That way we can actually enjoy the... Oh, I need tinder. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now we actually have some daylight in here. We can actually take a gander around. And we read that book. Knocked it out. And then burnt the rest of it because we don't need it. Dude, check this out. Those whale bones? Those look like humpback whale bones. Got some nice... Definitely looks like a metal factory than anything else. Or like a boat crafting dock, like a shipyard or something. Can I like sneak through here? I can, very slowly. But it's definitely a shipping yard. Alright, we got some cleaned wood. There's that. That'll be... Tinder is what that would be for. And made it back around. Alright, so it seems like we found... Oh, can I get up here? No. That looks like something I can like climb up on. And try to get up there with. Well, it looks like would be a lot of materials here that we could utilize if we were around this section. Just seeing if I can climb up there, and I can't. Can't climb up. Can't climb up. Oh well, that's fine. Drink some water. All right. This place definitely has a bunch of batteries, so at least there's that going for me there. But it doesn't quite look like there's anything else of importance in here. Anything that I need. God, that freaking sound is just terrifying. Sounds like something's like being blown off and flying all over the place. It is absolutely terrifying. Okay. Was there a door in here? Oh, there was a door just right there, wasn't there? Oh, well. There looks like a rundown bridge. Another bear is over there. Looks like there was a box down there. I'm not going to go mess with the box. But I can see a bear off in the distance. I don't know if y'all can see that. But yeah, there's a bear right there. Let's see. Just keeping my eyes out. But we're not going to cross there because I'm looking at the bridge. And probably what this is maybe it might take me like a way to go back up to like the Pleasant Valley or something. Because there's nothing here that I'm aware of. So what I'm going to do is we're going to head back to my old base, or main base. And then we're going to drop off a bunch of gear in there. And then we're going to do a little exploring. North. And check that out. And see what we can unlock there. It's got a long trek ahead of us, y'all. Because of all the gear that we have holding on. Something that looks like a cave or something. So now I'm kind of curious what this is. What is this? That looks like a light pole. And that looks like... Okay. Oh, it is a cave. It's a mine, I guess, of something. Let's go check it out. Take the flare. Could be like a coal mine or whatnot. Hey, did it just stick me back out over here? Dead. Okay, so over here is a coal mine. And you can go through and it just loops you around. That's kind of interesting. But at least you can gather some coal and stuff there. Alright. We got that kind of figured out. That's good to know. Good to know. Alright, let's get our... Time for the long trek back. Alright. We finally made it. Actually, it didn't take... I mean, it took a while to walk all the way back. But it didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. But we finally made it back to our little headquarters. We can get in here and start dropping off some gear, dropping off like the bear hide and everything else that we picked up. Start getting that cured. So let's get in here real quick. Here we go. All this should be kind of cured. So I'm going to start popping. So we got to drop the bear hide. So look at the size of that sucker. That thing's huge. We can go ahead and pick up all these things because that's all cured. If this stuff wasn't cured, then we would have a problem here. So we need to drop that sucker. Let's also go ahead and drop that sucker. Everything else should be cured. Boom, boom, boom. While we have daylight, I want to get over to the workbench real quick. I want to see, because I did read a couple books. So there's the bear cloth, but I need 2 cured ones for that. But we didn't go hunt down that second bear. Part of me kind of wish I did, but we didn't. But we do need to hunt down a good chunk of bears when we do another playthrough. This would just be kind of cool to have. Why not? I'm just seeing if I found more fishing lures, which is could be handy in the future. We did come across that moose, but we didn't take it out. We got some. Oh, we learned how to do a fishing snare. I don't know. Did we do fishing snare? Is that new? Because I did read that new book, the new fishing angler book. So I think the fishing tie up snare for fishing. I think that's new, but we can craft that and do fishing. So I kind of want to craft that. So let's get a scrap metal, cloth, and a stick. Probably need to go outside and get a stick for that. So let's see here. Crafting. Get a couple things of cloth. Transfer. Let me grab everything. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and craft. Now that we have the fishing angler, that sucker there, we have the standard one, so we can just use that one again. Revolver shell casing. I think I do have a shell casing. I'm going to go through and see if I have a shell casing anywhere in here real quick. There we go. Alright, so I did have a couple shell casings. So let's also craft a fishing lure. Begin that. There we go. So I now have a nice fishing lure. I'm going to drop off the cured stuff that I do have. go ahead and drop all this stuff off that I just don't need at the moment. Doesn't look like there was anything new that I could make. But we do need to unload the cloth. That. Transfer all. That. Let me get some organization going, and then we'll get back to it, y'all. Alright, we made it. Let's go ahead and open up this hole. We're going to use the crowbar. Break the ice. The sun's going down, but I kind of want to get some things squared away as best as I can. Because I do want to do the... There we go. So I want to have... I don't have bait, but I'm going to use this fishing lure. And I'm going to use this. So it can just be set up, and then whenever I come back, this should be like popped up. And I should be able to gather a fish. So we'll come back later, check that out. I'm going to check out the... I don't know how long it takes, but it probably takes a minute. I'm going to assume. It just takes a minute. But I'm going to go check the our rabbit snare. That way we can have fresh rabbit. And then I'll probably chop up some wood just to have a little bit of extra. Actually, I don't need to chop up any wood. I do have coal. And I do have a couple of those other deals. But I want to check my rabbit snare. And then after I check these two things out and see how they actually work, and I can actually have the snares going, and all that fun stuff, we'll check the map, because I think where I want to go is next time, like I said, I want to go north. That's the only area I haven't checked out yet, and I don't know if there's too much more I can... I mean, there's a lot more that I can learn, make things easier, because I know when I actually do the harder playthrough, it's going to be a lot more rigorous, as in stay down, being under attack, probably die a bunch. Knowing me, I'm probably going to die a bunch. But that's actually kind of another fun part in this game, because when you die, I mean, you can resurrect and have like a penalty or whatnot to it. So that's always going to be an interesting thing. Then I'm also sitting there trying to contemplate where I want to start. I think I want to start back in this area. One, I know it. I know this entire place by now. I don't need a map anymore. I know where all the, like, how the line's set up. I know the regions and everything else. I know where the caves are, exits, all the other fun stuff. I know where the rabbits are. I know where the deer are. I know where all those fun little deals are. All right, so a snare. So we need to reset the snare. We didn't catch anything, which is fine. So we're going to grab this, pick it up, and then we're going to... Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Not either. Nope. Where is it? Oh, it's completely busted. Okay, so we used up the entire snare. We're going to have to make a new snare. Okay. Good to know. So that's... It finally went out. So let's do that. I'm going to make a new little snare. Need to grab some more wood. And we'll get to working on that. I also need to sharpen up all my... my knife and my axe, because they're all pretty worn out. There we go. Ice fishing hole's frozen. So I think I need to break this first. Break this up. Okay. And then... ice fishing hole cleared. Select... Oh, there we go! We got ourselves a lake whitefish. Heck yeah. So I think we can put it all back again. I did catch a fish earlier, just so I can get some baits and everything else. So I'm going to put all my fishing stuff, because I brought all this stuff down here. If anything's fishing related, I'm going to stick down here. So there we go. So we have all that. We do have a fish. So that's going to be catching up there. We're going to head back. We're going to make water, because we're all fresh out of water. because I drank the last little bit. We're going to do a little bit of preparations, and then we're going to start our adventure up north. Right now, it's pretty foggy right now anyways, so I don't mind doing that. So, but we can cook up with the fish that we have, but we need to cook up some water and getting that prepared. We need to make some teas and some coffee, because that's going to help a long way too. The big thing that I have also learned is when you cook anything, yeah, I mean, the freshness goes down, but if you drink something or eat something right away, you get full effect. But even if a day or so passes and it's like saying, it's not like bad or anything for you, it's not fully like gone, but the effects that you get, like the fuller stomach or the longevity for the coffee for fatigue, it's not as potent, I've discovered. So if you're gonna make those type of stuff, like, it's better probably to walk around with a couple canisters, and then make it when you have a campsite, than other than like make a bunch of it right off the bat and just have it on you, because it's different times. Probably the same thing for like whatchamacallit. Ooh, I don't know why I'm blanking on all that type of stuff, but I don't know why I'm blanking on dog food. Yeah, let me grab everything. I need those, need that, need that, need that, need that. I'm gonna leave the coal, don't need it. Grab that and grab that for some food. Here we go, some tea. Transfer all. Alright, we're here. Let's get this thing going. Slaughter fluid. Nope. Start the fire.
Turned out pretty well.
I agree. There we go. 3 hours. Place. Pot. Pick you up. There. Cook you. Water. 2 things of it. Boom. Get that going. Alright, we got some stuff to do. While we're doing that, I have 45 minutes there. I got plenty of there. I am going to work on gathering... Oh, I actually have a bunch of water in there. I got some fresh water. That's fine. Let me go back down, and I'm going to start gathering a couple... Oh, I do need to eat you. I'm going to get a couple other things prepared, and then we're going to start... You know what? I know I keep saying it, but let's do this. So, we are here, right? We went this direction. This direction led us off into the Raven, because we were following the train tracks and we came all the way down here. We've been all the way down here. We've been across down over here. We went through the mountains and whatnot. We went through the cave. Well, we've been this way, and then we came up to the cave, and the cave led us up in this direction. The only place we haven't been to yet is up here. The Pleasant Valley in this region. And we did make it all the way up here. And that was crazy. Actually, no. I don't think we actually been down completely south over here. We haven't been to Bleaknent. We've been all the way to the right. I don't think we've been to Bleaknent. I think there's a section that we missed or could go to from Mystic Lake down to here. We followed the train tracks over here. There was nothing there, really. Went through the cave and went up to the mountain town. That's right, we went to mountain town. Did we make it to Hush River Valley? I think we did make it to Hush River Valley. But we haven't made it up top to the Ash Canyons. That's the only place we haven't gone to yet. Alright, but that's going to be the next little adventure that we're going to go to, is we're going to go knock all that out and get there. So I'm going to get everything else prepared that I need to get prepared. And yeah, get all that stuff done. Alright. Now, while we're waiting for everything else to cook, a lot of the things that I have learned, because we were looking at the workbench for the stuff, is we can make quite a bit of other things. Now, things I'm going to have to remember is these are going to be great for infections, for when we play the harder bit. This will be help to make teas. This should, I think this would give me, because it's birch, so I'm thinking this would give me vitamin C. Hopefully that'll be good vitamin C for when I start needing that to combat scurvy. I haven't found this root yet, but this will be a pretty good antibiotic. Then we have tons of these mushrooms. I could make some of these, but again, I'm not really in need of these right now since the type of game we're playing, but it's going to have to be good to know that these will be good healing properties. And then here's a good natural tea as well. Tea's, like I said, tea's usually pretty good. I think see here until boiled. Let's go ahead and take it. We're going to cook up some coffee. Cook. We got that little bit there. All right, back over here in the crafting section. Here's all the other stuff that we can craft outside of that requires a workbench. For the healing stuff, we don't need any workbench or anything like that. Now, if we wanted to make... Now, here's going to be the main thing. Here's the arrowheads. The arrowheads require a forge. We don't have a forge. I haven't located a place that has a forge. So I'm not too sure about that yet. So we're going to have to locate that. But we can craft bullets. We're going to need an ammunition workbench. Got to figure that out. I think that's over here. Yeah, here we go. Coffee table. Display, dresser, mounted. All those. Rustic. Square. So here's a workbench. So we can craft a workbench. Is it done? Till ready. Till boiled. There we go. And then we're just going to take it. We're going to pick that up. We're going to need not anything else like that. So we're just waiting for that water to be done there. So coffee table needs a furniture workbench in order to craft. Need a furniture a lot. We have woodworking tools to make all these stuff so we can start like adding that for the decorations. And start like decorating a place of our own and whatnot if we really wanted to. Decorative end table. Here we go. Furniture workbench, which would require us. So for the furniture workbench, we can make. We just need the woodworking tools, which I believe we do have somewhere. I think we picked that up, but again, not going to worry about that in this run. This is just learning certain things here. Here's round table. Well, we'll need furniture workbench for all these different like tables and chairs and stuff like that. Storage box would be pretty good. Because what we can do is we can, like, break down everything in the entire place and start rebuilding if we wanted to. Make our own, like, little storage containers and stuff like that. But this is going to be the thing. So this is required. So the workbench I can craft with a furniture workbench. And we can craft the furniture workbench when we have the woodworking tools. So if I find woodworking tools, I can craft my own workbench. And then I can use that. Like, we already have a workbench down below. But the big thing is the forge. Finding the blueprint for the forge. We haven't found that or figure out where to actually get all that. So there we go. We got water. We have some rest. It's only midday. So I'm going to try to go north now. Oh, and so you can see the difference. We put these two down at the same time. This is already 21% cured. This is 9%. The bear is going to take quite a bit of time to do that. But we have... Okay, the only thing I don't have a lot of, I have one thing of food. Let me try to grab a couple more things of food. I don't need a lot, just a couple more. Here we go. Let's grab that and that. And there we go. And then we can get on out. Alright, so where I want to go is pretty foggy. I'm going to follow this up here. And then I'm going to cut off into this region. And start looking up in this area to see if I can find a way to go north. Because again, you can see this cuts this way. Even though this train track is going like east, this looks like it's going north. It's very interesting. But I do want to see about going north and see about what we can do about there. So that's going to be our exploration today, is to head out and see if we can locate that. Will you look at there? I just walked up and there's a bow already over here. There's another dead animal, and there's these guys right here that also is the maple saplings, all in this little region over here. So you have your cedars, you have all this, but over here where I'm at, that's where those stuff are. Okay, so that's probably good to know. I don't know if there'll be a bow when we put on the harder one, because I think if I'm reading y'all's comments right, it seems like it's going to be not as great drops and everything else. But at least good to know that I can get pretty much anything I need in the mist section so far. The only thing I haven't found yet are mushrooms. Those are the other things I haven't found yet that could be useful. But so far, I've been able to find everything else. Except for, the books. Need to find the books before I can get the knowledge in order to make everything else. So I have no idea how to make the forge. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Oh, there's a snow shelter. How do I repair it? What do I need to repair it? Does not need. Can I use it? No. Interesting, a snow shelter. That is pretty interesting. Where? Okay. So, I'm gonna mark this area real quick. I think I already did. So I'm up in this section. I still haven't found any way north other than, I mean, that just goes through the river there. Kind of curious. This kind of looks like an up over here. Kind of. Ooh, there's a moose. You know what? While we're here, we're going to hunt down this moose. We're going to hunt down the moose. So at least we can get a moose going. So we do know that there's mooses. Or mooses? Is that a word? Mooses? I don't know. We know that there's moose here. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to take a pop shot at this guy. We're just going to get as kind of close as we can. We haven't killed a moose yet. It looks like a storm's about to pick up. Home. I'm home. Oh, he was going to come straight at me. He was coming straight at me. All right, here we go. I just want the hide and maybe about 2 pounds of meat. Yep.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Low visibility, can't do that. Alright, so we're gonna head back this way because I know that there was some cover this direction. Alright, we're gonna have to get out of here before freeze. Over here. There was a camper, I believe. There was a camper over this direction. Ah, here we go. Let's get in here. Let's get into one of these.
Too heavy.
Oh, all right. Well, we got a little too heavy and whatnot. Did any of these have a campfire? Like a thing inside? I'm gonna check out the other spots real quick. I don't think so. We're gonna wait for it to pass. So we're going to rest up for a couple hours. Well, actually, it's almost nighttime. I don't think I can start a fire in here. No, doesn't look like I can start a fire in here. Grab that for tinder. I'm gonna head back to the other one because there's a dead body here. I don't want to sleep where there's a dead body. I just don't want to sleep with this dead body. Not at all. Here we go. And then, yeah, even with everything that I have, I still can't start a fire. Oh, that's fine. Well, I'm going to give it a couple seconds before I actually do that. But, pulling up the map, we are here, the log cabin sections. We have traveled from our little fun spot here, cut across this section, hit a wall there, coming around, and there is nothing. See, that's the wall there. And we're about to head back to the
Too much
train
stuff to
tracks.
carry.
Yes, I know I'm carrying too much stuff. Now, there is a bunch more over here that I haven't checked out yet. And there's still around the fishing section we haven't checked out yet. So the tunnels that we have is there's the rail tunnel that leads there to that region. And then this is the cave system that goes to, whatchamacallit, Mountain Town. So Mountain Town is the other direction. I think that was episode 2, Mountain Towns. We came down in here, and we had to climb our way up into that region, and it had the entire farm and everything else we found there. So that's where that location is. So, and if you follow the train tracks, which we did, you go through here, and this is where we found the ice. This was episode 1, and we got over here, which again, where wasn't much here. I'm assuming. Okay, hang on. Now I'm re-looking at this map. Let's take a second. Let's take a pause for a second and look out this little deal here. I think this map doesn't align to there because now if you look at the waterway and then this, we would actually need to go through here. No, we don't. See, trying to figure out how we go north. Trying to figure out how we go north. I wonder if we have to go to Raven to go north and south. Because if you follow the tracks here, you'll eventually just get back to the coastal and you get all the way over here. That's what we did episode 3. I don't recall seeing other pathways in Raven that would go down to Bleak Inlet or Pleasant Valley. Now, there probably is a way there. It looks like we're slowly getting around to that point that we are needing to go back to Raven, if I'm pronouncing that right, but Raven, and then see about either going north or south there. So I'm going to see if Raven is our connector, because that's what it looks like it is. That's what it looks like it is. Okay, it's getting dark. I'm going to go to bed. Is there anything I can eat that is cooked? Yep, there we go. Go ahead, let's go ahead and cook that up, or eat that up. And we're going to eat some pineapple. Full belly. And then let's get a good long night's rest of sleep. 9 hours. Alright. Gonna drop that. And then we're going to cook up some moose meat. We're going to make ourselves some tea. And we're just going to sit here by a campfire as we enjoy it real quick. Just looking a couple around real quick to see if there's anything else. That's going to take an hour and 18. Okay, we're going to have to gather some wood real quick so we can stoke that fire so we can a little bit longer. Tea right up. There we go. Yep. And we're going to cook the other meat. Boom. So now we'll have both of those cooking. All right. So we're going to wait for that to go by as fast as we can. So we're going to do this. Spend about an hour playing. All right. Our first piece of meat cooked. Let's eat this bad boy. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get another thing of, I think I'm good on water. How much water do I have? I think I have a decent amount. But I am going to make another cup of tea. Go ahead and cook that up. That should be pretty good. But like I said, I think we're going to go back to Raven. And then after Raven, we're going to try to see if that spot connects. Because there doesn't seem like there's any other spot that connects. That goes deal. I think that's like the trifecta split off section. So we're gonna see. We're gonna go back there, and that's where we're gonna explore. All right, we're back in Raven. So now I'm gonna be trying to find, because we've been here before. Like, we've been through Raven. So this is the cross that gets us over to the coastal highway. This is where I'm trying to determine if there is more north region I can go. And see if there's a path for north and south. So maybe there's a way to like get down here and go south or something. I don't know. And so that's what we're trying to figure out here right now. Okay. I think I found a cave. I'm gonna mark down this little spot real quick. Okay, so here's a cave entrance. So I'm gonna grab these things real quick because I can cut these up and have some healing stuff. So let's actually do that real quick. Go over here, go to medicine. I can break that up for some tea or this for some healing. So let's craft one for right now. There we go. And then for that, I think I still have to cook it. Let's see here. Where's my medicine? Here we go. That are ready to be boiled. See, boiled to make a drink, and then I can get that. Okay, so this is a cave entrance. I mean, I'll pick up the granola bar. Revolver cartridge. Don't care about the cartridge. Can I... Ooh, a rope.
Something's gotta go.
It's fine. Okay, so it is kind of dark, but I'm going to see if there's a other end to this. It's not. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay. You know, for now, let's just get rid of the rope. It's just too heavy. I don't need the rope yet. I haven't figured out what to use ropes for. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it for something. Alright, well, there's that. If I need a spot. This is Rockfall location. So, I pretty much traveled all the way down this river. So I started here, came all the way down this river, past that. But came all the way down here, and now I'm stuck right there. And that's like the highway there. So, there has to be a way around this. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to try to go around, like go down and around. And see if that is an option to get to this next location. If not, I have no idea. Like, not well, maybe up there, but I don't know. We're gonna come around and see if this is like anything. The looks of it, it doesn't, because it looks like I'm about to hit the ocean. Yep. Nope. Back. All right. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Guess we'll go up this little spot. See if there's a cave entrance passway there. Get a little quiet so I can shoot that wolf. Just might as well get this guy cleared out. Classic wolf. Just the hide will work. About to be nighttime, but I tell you what, y'all, I have searched everywhere for the entrances to those new regions. I've gone literally everywhere. I have gone north. Carver's harvesting skills level 3. Boom. But yeah, I have gone. Let me get in here, and I'm gonna start showing them the map. But I think we're gonna go ahead and call it quits. I've been searching for hours, and I have not found anything, any way to get there. All right, so we are back in here. I'm gonna drop this because, you know, might as well. We are exhausted. Cure 4720. But anyway, so I pulled up the map. So I've gotten all the way. I ran all over the place around here. I found nothing. We found this one cave. That's a cave system. Came all around here, didn't find a single other cave system. I came around here, didn't find anything. At least I didn't find anything on there. I went back into the hydro dam to see if there was another door. Nothing. We went through Raven. There was nothing that I could find that would go south or north out of Raven to go this direction. I went all. I found another cave, which is a plain cave though. We went down the coastal highway. We followed the river down to this little section where the caved in road is that actually would lead to I would assume lead to Bleak Inlet. But that was to no avail. But then again, it did come this way, and to be fair, it would have opened up to this section, which would be not Bleak Inlet, but we tried. I did come back in the coastal highway to look at the topsies and see if there was a cave system. I did not find one. I mean, I want to say that there has to be something in coastal highway that has a cave system that links up to Pleasant Valley. There has to be. I mean, in my mind is just screaming that there has to be, and maybe I just did not see it. I can't imagine. So the Desolate Point, we did the cave, but it just connected two caves together. I didn't connect to the Pleasant Valley or anything else. Now there was a little bit higher region we could have came up, and maybe there was a cave or highway or something that would connect from Desolate Point to Pleasant Valley. That would be the only other place I could think of. If it's not a coastal highway, then it has to be Desolate Point, and it has to be the top section where we didn't completely go up to, and to connect to the Pleasant Valley. Now, as far as Bleak Inlet, my hypothesis, again, since I searched everywhere here, that has a connection from Florin Muskeg. Now, Muskeg, remember, we did go a little bit, but we didn't go all the way across. So there's a good chance that there is a pathway to go to Bleak Inlet from Florin Muskeg, and we know how to get to those. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this mini learning series, because this is basically what this is learning how to craft, learning how the time dilations work, learning how the cold works, learning how to just do the most basic things of all: hunt, gather, what it is does. The only things we have not figured out. I'll get back to the main map. Like I said, we have not figured out how to get to Bleak Inlet. We have not figured out how to get to this top region up here at all. We haven't figured that out. And I don't think we've got to Hushed River Valley. I know how to get there because we went to Mountain Town, but there was one road we didn't continue going north on. So we didn't quite get to Hushed River Valley. So, but I'm pretty sure I know how to get there. I mean, there's only one way to get there from Mountain Town and up. The only other things we have not done or not figured out is how to get not this, but the forge. Because we need the forge and a heavy hammer, because we haven't found a heavy hammer and we haven't found a forge anywhere in order to craft arrowheads or improved hatchet or improvised hatchet or improvised knife. Have not found those yet. Have not found the forge. Now, what we have discovered and found is get all the way out. Nope. What we have discovered and figured out is we can make the furniture workbench, which requires the woodworking tools, which we have found. I do remember I do have those, and I did find when I was putting some stuff up. So we do have the tools, the woodworking tools. So I could make a wood furniture bench that I could make pretty much everything else in here. And make my own workbench. Then again, the place that I'm at has my own workbench, so I wouldn't need I wouldn't need to build a workbench. And if I wanted to build all these because I broke everything else up, I could. Extra storage, seating, my own little bed, rustic style bed, and all that fun stuff. Decorative art, and yeah, little carvings and all kinds of other fun stuff, and a bearside rug. We have discovered pretty much how to make bullets. I can make bullets by hands, but I need an ammunition workbench, which is another thing I haven't figured out how to do. There's firehead arrows. Requires fire and crow feathers and whatnot to make those. Can of gunpowder, which again I need ammunition, but we found stump remover and dusting sulfur, and we have charcoal. We can make
Something's
that.
making me feel really tired.
Yep, my guy's exhausted. But we also need to get the ammunition workbench. Everything else requires just workbench, which we already have starting off, and everything else. And we know how to make teas. I know how to make additional stuff for restoration and everything there. Let's get some light. Turn this. Nope. I want to light my lantern. Boom. So, I think, like I said, this is going to be a good stopping point. From this point on, this is going to be the end of the learning playthrough for the most part. We have figured out pretty much the key metrics and how to survive, what to do, how to gather, how the weapons work, how we have to clean them, time dilations when it comes to starting fires, and all that fun stuff, how to make teas, what teas do, what different other basic things to get our vitamin C once I turn that sucker on, and all that. So this one, I know probably wasn't the most fun video, but it is a good wrap-up video for this little mini series. I just wanted to at least get one more out to try to discover a couple more things, which we did do. We did learn a couple more things, but outside of that, I think we are solid. Now, the next ride, y'all, in the Long Dark, which will be coming out soon, is we're going to be starting brand new in a brand new world and a much harder difficulty. Not just one up. I can't remember the list, but we'll go through the list and we're going to go, not the hardest, but we're going to go to a pretty decent one. And we're going to actually give this game a full playthrough at a good difficulty with the scurvy added to it and just see how long we could survive. Because what we have survived, at least in this one, is we survived 28 days. These are the kind of little records that we've gotten from here. Again, since this is the easiest one. I didn't die. We didn't have to hunt down a whole lot of different things. Coastal highway, apparently there's these little different types of tombs we never discovered or whatnot. Yes, you see, you can bleed. So there's Ash Canyon we didn't get to, Black, all that fun stuff. Pleasant Valley, undiscovered. But we discovered these little things. And there are little rocks and stones around there, which we can do rock caches and stuff. So we'll have to go actually do those. I just kind of ignored them this time around because I did see them. So there's notes. We picked up some notes. We know how actually that works. Polaroids, we haven't found any of those, or at least haven't gone around to it. The carnies, we did find and discover some of those. We'll start gathering those. Buffer memories discovered. We only found the one. But anyways, this is pretty much where we're at for firearm, rifle firearm, archery, mending, gunsmithing, all that other fun stuff. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this little mini series. It seemed like y'all did. This game is an actual blast, so it's going to be great when we start brand new, fresh, and the harder one. So I hope y'all stay tuned for that one, and I'll catch you on the next ride. Adios, y'all.